Next week on Emmerdale, Cain Dingle is given a stern warning by his granddaughter Sarah Sugden as he begins turning on relatives, neighbours, and even his enemies in the village. After enduring several painful weeks, Cain is desperate for a way to release his frustration, but Sarah is upset by how he is coping. The tension unfolds after Cain goes to see his wife Moira behind bars. He plans to confess the truth about his prostate cancer diagnosis, yet at the last moment he loses his nerve and chooses not to tell her. When he arrives back home in a bitter and angry state, Cain is furious to discover his longtime rival Joe Tate standing at Butler's farm. Assuming Joe has forced his way in as part of a secret scheme to take over the property, Cain grabs hold of the businessman and has to be restrained by Matty Barton, who reveals that he was the one who allowed Joe inside. Cain's troubles worsen when a regretful Ruby Milligan confesses that she contacted the police about Anya's body, unknowingly triggering the shocking sequence of events that resulted in Moira's arrest. An insider explains, Cain does not take the revelation well at all. In his eyes, Ruby made Moira's situation even more complicated by calling the authorities without speaking to anyone first, and he believes Caleb only hired an expensive lawyer because he felt guilty. By this stage, Cain is overwhelmed with anger and decides to cut both his brother and sister-in-law out of his life. Sarah begs her grandfather not to push everyone away when they are only trying to support him, and urges him to tell the family about his cancer so they can understand what he is going through. Will Cain take her advice, or is he about to lose control completely? Speaking recently about the storyline, Katie Hill, who portrays Sarah, said, "At times it will be emotional and very difficult to watch. But since cancer touches so many families, it's a vital story to share. And we all know how talented Jeff Hordley is. Watching him bring this storyline to life will be heartbreaking, but I'm sure it will also be an outstanding performance." Former Emmerdale actress Paula Lane has revealed a surprising shift in her career path, almost a year after leaving the ITV soap. So what direction has she decided to pursue since stepping away from the show? Lane first appeared in The Village as Ella Forster in January 2024, and quickly became involved in several high-profile plots. Her time on the programme came to an end in April the following year, when Ella was arrested for drugging Cain Dingle. Although nearly 12 months have passed since viewers saw her exit scenes, Lane has had an eventful year. Just last month, she welcomed a baby boy with her husband Tom Shaw, expanding their family once again. Her growing family is not the only update in her life. The actress also shared on Instagram that she has returned to education. She posted, "It's been a full year since I left Emmerdale, and so much has changed in that time. I achieved a maths qualification. Some people thought I was crazy, but I went for it anyway. I'm still learning Spanish. I've continued building and developing my business. I had a baby, a real blessing, and I've discovered a passion for writing." Lane, who is also known for portraying Kylie Platt in ITV's Coronation Street, ended her message with an inspiring note, reminding followers that it's always possible to switch paths, explore fresh opportunities, and truly embrace life. Fans quickly filled the comments with encouragement. One supporter wrote, "Wow, 12 months already. That's gone so fast. Huge congratulations on everything you've achieved, XX." Another commented, "So proud of you, congratulations. I do miss seeing you on TV though," while a third added, "It's wonderful that things have turned out so well. Emmerdale's loss is definitely your gain." Despite focusing on new ventures since her departure, Lane has previously admitted she would happily return to the soap world someday. "Ella is such a fantastic character, and you just never know. Never say never. Sending lots of love, over and out," she hinted. Alongside her soap roles, Lane has also appeared in Father Brown and Call the Midwife. Emmerdale ushers in a new chapter for Bear with a shocking admission. Bear makes a call that changes everything. Emmerdale is opening a fresh storyline for Bear Wolf after he made a dramatic confession in today's episode. Back in January, Bear killed the villainous Ray Walters after intervening when Ray posed a threat to Bear's son, Paddy, and Dylan. Following the killing, Dylan and Paddy tried to cover up Bear's actions, with Paddy even hiding him from the rest of the village. While Paddy worked to keep Bear's secret, Bear has been battling intense guilt. In tonight's episode, after a heartfelt session with a counsellor, Bear chose to admit to murdering Ray. The counsellor, calling Bear a good man, emphasised the importance of being compassionate toward oneself. "Good people aren't murderers," Bear said, looking broken. "I killed him. I killed Ray. You speak of monsters. Well, that's what I've become." When Dylan and Paddy arrived to check on Bear, they discovered him being escorted into a police car in handcuffs. When Paddy asked what was happening, D.S. Walsh confirmed that Bear had confessed to the crime. Despite Paddy's protests, the counsellor explained that Bear had turned himself in after being overwhelmed by guilt. While this storyline seems to be approaching a climax, could another twist still emerge? Next week, Bear will formally face charges for Ray's murder after admitting to D.S. Walsh during a police interview that he was the killer. Following the confession, Bear is officially charged with manslaughter, and Paddy attempts to persuade him not to plead guilty. Bear could be facing prison time, an Emmerdale insider revealed. Now that manslaughter charges have been filed, the odds are stacked against him. Bear's lawyer points out that he acted in self-defense, so bail is possible, but all hope fades when Bear confirms he intends to plead guilty. Emmerdale star Paula Lane embraces new direction with qualifications and family life. Paula Lane has reflected on how her life has taken a new direction since leaving Emmerdale. The 39-year-old actress, who departed the ITV soap a year ago, revealed she has earned a maths qualification and is also studying Spanish. In January, Paula welcomed a baby boy, Patrick, with her husband Tom Shaw, joining their children Arthur and Penny. She encouraged fans to embrace change, showing it's never too late to explore new opportunities. Paula, who filmed her final scenes as Ella Forster on Valentine's Day 2025, shared on Instagram, "A whole year has passed since leaving Emmerdale. So much has happened. Got a maths qualification. Some people thought I was mad, but I went for it anyway. Still studying, growing my business, had a baby, and caught the writing bug. A reminder that you can change direction and try new things." Fans praised her in the comments, with some admitting they missed seeing her on screen. One wrote, "Congratulations, so proud of you, miss you not being on TV though." Another added, "Emmerdale's loss has been your gain." When Ella arrived in the Yorkshire village, she became Mandy Dingle's PA, but it emerged she had a dark secret, having killed a friend in her childhood. In her final storyline, she was arrested after drugging Chas Dingle and almost harming Liam Kavanagh. Paula first rose to fame on Coronation Street, starring as Kylie Platt for 6 years. She explained that the decision to kill Kylie off was a shock, but understood it was a clean exit for the character. Emmerdale airs weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and streams on ITVX.